All right, welcome back, the genius. So we have been talking about array methods, and in this session, let's take a look at how do we remove or how do we add elements in arrays. Apart from the push and the pop methods that we have seen before, there are other ways you can also remove and add elements more efficiently. All right. So that is what we'll be taking a look at in this session. We'll be looking at the splice method and the slice method. And we are going to see, we'll also do a lot of examples for you to see how everything works. So the splice method, you can use it to add or remove elements at a specific position. You know, when we were talking about the push, the pop, the shift, and the unshift, the push, you can only add element at the end of the array. The pop, you can only remove element at the end of the array. With the shift, you can only remove element at the beginning of the array. While the unshift, you can add at the beginning of the array. But what if you want to add at a specific position? What if maybe in the middle, you just want to add another element in the middle or after a particular element? How do you do it? That is where you use the splice method. So the splice method in JavaScript is used to add, remove, or replace elements in an array. All right, so you can use it to add, you can use it to remove, you can use it to replace, but you cannot do these things with, especially at a particular position, a specific position. You cannot do this with all those push, pop, shift, unshift. So that is why you need to learn how to use the slice method. Now, the slice method modifies the original array and returns an array containing the new deleted elements. Okay, so if you removed or replaced, it will return the deleted element. So we are going to see everything in practical, okay? So this is the syntax. The name of the array dot splice. It takes these arguments. It takes where do you want to start from? How many do you want to delete? That is the delete count. Then these are the items you can now add. So let's take them one by one. Let's take a look at the parameters. The start is the index at which to start modifying the array. Normally, the index starts from 0. So you'll be the one to say, okay, I want to start at the middle. I want to start at index 2. I want to start at index 5. All right? So you will tell the splice method, where do you want to start? Okay? So that is the start index. It is the index at which to start modifying the array. The delete count is optional. If you want to delete, you will tell, okay, start from index 2 and delete 2 items. All right? So the delete count is the number of elements to remove. So if you set it to 0, no elements will be removed. That means you don't want to remove anything. So you can say, okay, start from index 2, remove 3 items. So it will start from index 2 and delete 3 items. All right? But if you set the delete count to be 0, it will remove nothing. Then you can also optionally add other items. So these are the items to add at the start position. So let's jump straight to examples. The example 1 says removing elements. So let's see how do we remove elements. So here we are to remove, we are starting at index 2 and we want to remove 2 elements. So if from here now, index 2 is 0, 1, 2. So index 2 is starting at 3. Then this 3, we are removing 2 elements. So it will remove 3 and 4. Do you understand it? So this array will be, what we will have is 1, 2, and 5. So you see, what we got there is 1, 2, and 5. And then it will also return the removed elements. So let's go and write some code, okay? All right. So we will have this array, and there is an array of numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And depending on your logic, what do you want to do? All right. You want to remove 2 items. And where do you want to start removing? So because this is going to return the removed elements. All right. So I'll say array as the name of this variable dot splice. So where do you want to start from? You must provide it. It is compulsory. You have to provide it. So where do you want to start from? Let's say I want to remove 2 and 3. I want to remove item 2 and 3. So the start index is the first item I want to remove. What is the index? You can see that this 2, the index there is 1 because 1 is at index 0, 2 is at index 1. So I'm going to start at index 1. And how many items do I want to delete? That's where the delete count. I want to delete 2 items. So I want to delete 2 and 3. Okay? Then, optionally, okay, let's just do this one, but we can work around, we can work around this. So I'll say console.log. I will print the original array, and I will also print the removed items. So in case you want to also make use of it, all right? So if I run this code, now we are going to have the original array, but right now the original array has been modified. So what we are not going to have is 1, 4, 5 because we removed 2 and 3. Then the removed elements will now be 2 and 3. So let's run without debugging. All right. So you can see we have 1, 4, 5, and the removed elements is 2 and 3. Okay, so you can see it. So what if, okay, we want to remove 2 and 3, but we also want to add 9 and 10. Let's see. Let's see what will happen to the original array. Let's see what we get. You can see, look at it. You see this 9 and 10 has replaced 2 and 3. Look at what we got. We got 1, 9, 10, 4, 5. Before, this 9 and 10, it was 2 and 3, but we removed it and we now added 2 more items. If you can add multiple items, you can add as many as you like. Do you understand? It's up to you, depending on what you want. But the first parameter here is what index do you want to start from? And the second parameter is how many do you want to remove? Then any other thing following it is now going to be as in items you want to add at that position. Okay? All right. So if you have any question, please chat us directly on WhatsApp so that we can actually clear you more. So you can also see how to, I just added some items. You saw me adding 9 and 10 to that one. So I could say start from index 1, remove nothing. That is, the delete count is 0. Don't remove anything. Start from index 1 and add yellow and purple. All right? So you can now see index 1 is now yellow, purple, then green, blue. So if I go back to our example, here I say I want to, depending on where I want to add it, so I want to add it at the beginning. So I will say start from index 0 because the beginning index, the start index is 0. Of course, index starts from 0 now, so I want to add it from the beginning. And how many items do I want to delete? I want to delete none of them. I want to delete 0 items. Then I want to add 20 and 30. This is how you add. So you can see with the splice method, you can delete, you can remove, and you can also add. So if I run this now, this removed elements will be empty because we did not remove any element. So if I run this now, the original array will now contain 20, 30, 1, 2, 3 because I am adding this 20 and 30 at the index 0. So if I run it now, you can see we now got 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, but if I choose to change the start index, I will say, let's say I want to start from index 4. All right, that is after 5. So I will run this and we'll now get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, I should start from index 5, not index 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I want this 20 and 30 to start after index 4, which is index 5. So if I run it now, you're going to see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 20, 30. And you can see we did not remove any element. That is why it is empty. Okay? I think this is very, very simple. So you can also replace elements. You can see, I have shown you how we replaced elements. All right? We replaced 2 and 3 with 20 and 30. I've just done the example already. So here we are saying start from index 1. Index 1 is banana. And we are replacing that banana with orange. We say start from index 1, remove 1 item, which is we are removing banana, and we are replacing that banana with orange. Okay? That's what we did here. All right. So if I also go back to our code and show you a more specific example, let's say I want to remove 3. 3, I want to remove it and I want to add 20. So this 3 is in index 2. So 0, 1, 2. So my start index will be 2. And I want to remove one item. And what do I want to add? I want to add 20 in that position. All right. So this is how I will go about it. So the removed item is 3. And I now have 1, 2, 20, 4, 5. So I have replaced 3 with 20. You can see this is very, very simple. So you can also use splice to remove all the elements. You can use it to remove all the elements. You say you're starting from index 0, and how many do you want to remove? You're removing the array length. You remember items.length will give you the number of items in the array. So that is the number of, that is our delete count. So let's go to code and let me show you. You want to remove all the elements. So what we are going to start from index 0. All right. So how many elements do you want to remove? What is your delete count? Our delete count is the number of items that we have. So our array dot length, that is, we use it to get the number of items we have in the array. So when we run this now, we are removing everything. So once we remove everything, our array will be empty. Our removed element will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, because that is what we removed. So you can see it here. So just play around with these things, play around with them. All right, play around with them, okay? Especially with your assignment, play around with them. So key points to note: splice modifies the original array. It returns an array of removed elements. But if the delete count is 0, it will return an empty array. It can also be used to add, remove, or replace elements. All right, so you have seen the examples here. So let's go to slice. Let's go to slice. If you want to get a portion of your array, you want to get a slice of it, your sliced bread, all right? Your sliced bread, the whole bread was cut into slices. So you can just take one slice. So if you want to cut your arrays for your array to be sliced bread, your array will not be sliced array. You will use the slice method to do that. So if you want a portion of your array, if you want a slice of your array, a slice of your bread, you will use the slice method. So the slice method in JavaScript is used to extract a portion of an array without modifying the original array. So this one will not modify the original array, but the slice method will return the new array. So it returns a new array containing the selected elements. So all you have to do is to say array.slice, then you give it the start index and the end index. But the thing is that the end index is exclusive. I'm going to show you with examples. So the parameters here is that the start index is optional. This is the index at which to begin extraction. Defaults to 0 if omitted. But if you omit it, that means it's going to give you all the arrays, all the elements. The end is also optional. The end parameter is also optional. This is the index before which to stop extraction. So it is not included. It is the index that you want the extraction to stop before that index. So that particular element in that index will not be included in that your sliced array. So if you omit it, it will extract to the end of the array. Okay. So let's take a look at it. We would omit it and would also use it. And let's see. So extracting a portion of an array. Let's extract a portion here. We are here. We want to start from index 1, which is 2 in this example, in this array. The index 1 is 2, and we want to stop at index 4. So index 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 is at the index 4. It means that this 5 will not be included. So we are starting from 2, 3, 4. That is what we are going to get. Our start index is 1, which is the element 2 is at index 1. And we are stopping at index 4, which is 5. So 5 will not be included in this extraction. So we are going to get from index 1 to 3, excluding index 4. So when you run this code, you're going to get 2, 3, 4. All right? And you can also get the original array. It is unchanged. It is not modified. So let's go to code and let me show you. So we have, let's take all these things out. So we have our array and we want to get a slice. And the slice, we are saying array dot slice. We want to extract 2, 3, 4. So where do we start? The first, the 2, at what index is it at? It is at index 1. And we want to end at, we want to do 2, 3, 4. So the 4 would end is at index 3. That means we are going to stop at index 4. All right. So, oops, sorry. So now we can console.log the slice. And we can also console.log the original array. What we are doing here is that we want to extract 2, 3, 4. So our 2, this our 2 number here is at index 1. So that is, we are starting at index 1. And we want to stop at index 4. That means we don't want this 5 to be included. So we'll stop at index 4. All right, so put it this way. Index 4, all right, will not be, whatever that is at index 4 will not be extracted. So when we run this code now, 5 is at index 4. So 5 will not be included in this our extraction. So we got 2, 3, 4, but we also got the original array unchanged. So they say that the start index is optional. Let's see what happens if the start index is optional. All right. But if you put the first one, if you don't put anything, if you don't put anything, all right, let's see what we get. It's going to give us the whole arrays. It's going to give us the whole arrays. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we got everything. But if we start at index 0 and we do not provide the end index, it's going to give us everything from index 0 upward. So if I run this now, you can see that the first array here is from index 0 to everything. But if you start at index 1 and you do not provide the end parameter, the end argument, it will start from 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would exclude the index 0 because we are starting at index 1. And if you omit the end index, it would extract from from the start index till the end of the array. So we run this thing and we get 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is how it works. You can also copy an entire array. You copy an entire array, you have seen it. You can copy an entire array by not providing anything, but both the start index and the end index. Okay, you saw it, we did it, and we got the whole array. So that's how you copy the entire array. You can also use negative indexes. All right. So if you are using negative indexes, now that they are saying -2, this negative index will start to count from the end. This purple is at -1, yellow is at -2. So we are going to count from yellow to purple. All right, so that's why we got yellow and purple. So let's go and do some examples with this negative index. All right, let's say I just want to start from the ending. Now, this array might be too long, but I just want to get to the end of it. So I just want to get the last 2 elements. Okay, let's assume I want to get the last 2 elements. All I will do is I will say the negative index 2. The index will be -2, -2. So when I run this, I will get 4 and 5. You see it. If I want to get the last 3 elements, I will say -3. All right, and I will now get 3, 4, 5. The last 3 elements. If I want to get the last element, I'll just say -1, and I'll get the last element, which is 5. So this is how you actually do it. So you can work with the negative index, but it's going to start from the end of the array. Okay, so you can also extract from a start index to end. So if you start, I've shown you this example already. We are starting at index 2 here, which is C. So CDE, that is what it will get. So if you don't provide the end index and you provide the start index, it will start from there and copy everything. All right. So what are the key points here? Slice does not modify the original array, but splice does. The end index is exclusive. That means it will not be included. You will not get it in your your sliced array. Negative indexes count from the end of the array. So for any reason, if you have any confusion, if you need more explanation, please chat us on WhatsApp and we'll always be available to attend to you, okay? Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next session.